Welcome to this video where we're going to learn how to take apart and refurbish this brew group from Jura. All you need is a little kit here that's got some O-rings in it, a spring, and some food-safe grease. As you can see, it's already out of the machine. It took me about 15 minutes or so to do that. If you guys would like to see that video, just let me know. But anyhow, what we're gonna do is just look at this. Now this is from a Giga X7. This is a big one. It's actually got 2 bean canisters on top. It's meant to be for gastro, but one of my neighbors, she got this for free, and she's asking me, Tom, can you have a look at it? It wasn't really working that good, so I did already do some things to it, descaled it, I cleaned it out, and finally got it kind of working, but still the pucks are just not forming properly. And I think after 13 years, or however old this guy is, it's time to refurbish this unit. So let's do that now. So let's go ahead and get started on this Jura Brew group that needs to be refurbished. Now this is from a Giga X7, but I think they're all really quite similar to this concept. So if you have a different Jura, I think that a lot of the same principles are going to apply. With that being said, let's just get started. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit for this video. Editing Tom right here. If you're getting any value from this video, please do me 2 favors. Give it a like and also consider subscribing so I know to make more like this one in the future. And also as a disclaimer, please watch the video closely, maybe twice before you attempt doing this, and just know you're responsible yourself for your own safety and for the correct functioning of your machine. Alrighty, so first thing is first, we have to remove this part here. I believe this is some kind of scraper here. Just gonna kind of pry it up and out of the way with a screwdriver. Okay, so that is off now. Now what I would do is remove this top part here. This top part should be held in by 4 clips, and I'm just going to try to release the clips. So there's a hook on each of these corners, so I'm just going to kind of pry it up and off. All right, I already got these 2 loose on that side. Same thing over here. Already got that part off right there. And now we got this frame of valve here. I'm gonna press down and remove that like so. Actually, it looks pretty clean. I'm kind of surprised about that. And now we got to take these side panels off. So these are also on little clips. There's a clip here I'm going to just undo like so. Just press from the inside out. Actually, I have to drive that worm gear a little bit out of the way to get to the next clip. So now you can see I've got this one pretty much released here on those 2 sides. Then there's another clip right here on the inside. And there's one final clip. Oh, that guy just slid right out of there. So that's the arm of the one side. And here is a bushing. There's also a bushing inside. Here we go, finally. So you guys have to lift it towards the edge. I'm gonna remove the second arm there. And here you can see the bushing again. So I'm just gonna put these little pieces in there. Now we can remove this ring all the way and pull out this piston here. We might as well go ahead and unscrew the shower screen. We'll give that a good wash too. It's actually not as dirty as I thought it was gonna be. The shower screen is actually pretty clean. I did recently clean this, but still I'm surprised. What I mean is I sent it through a cleaning program. This part here is a little dirty, and certainly a new O-ring will be good. This one doesn't have a whole lot of elasticity left on it. All right, here I'm working on the other side that I hadn't released yet, and the last one is really hard to find, that last little hook. It's actually kind of hidden, and you have to hit it with a screwdriver. And the last one is really quite difficult to locate. For the last one, you have to put your screwdriver here in a little slit right there to pry that one loose to get the 4th one here. So now we got that open. And I think that's probably the hardest part. On the other side, it was actually broken, so I didn't have to do that on the other side. Now we can remove this part here. They call this the drainage valve. And you can see that does look pretty gross. So it's good that we can take that apart. I'm also going to remove these clips here. There's these clips here that I'm going to remove. They're held on by tension. There we go. Gotta watch where they fly to. So now I can slide this rod through there. But you're gonna see this part is busted here. That's not cool. Oh well, what are you gonna do, huh? This part here just works like so. It's basically on this cam profile. So this brew unit goes up and around and down and back up and around and down. And then it's also got gears inside that push the piston up or down. So I can push it in or I can push it back out. Oops, just like so. Oh, and I popped the guy out of there. So there we go, we gotta clean that anyhow. There's 2 more bearings, by the way. So we're gonna, or bushings. A bushing is like a bearing, but it doesn't have any lubricated little beads inside to make it turn really nice. A bushing is just a piece of metal, you know, around which something can spin. We'll replace that O-ring. Just gonna leave it, I think. But what we definitely should do is take this thing apart. This is looking pretty rough. So this is the drainage valve. There's a little clip here on the side, a little cotter. Is it called a cotter pin? I'm not sure, but that's pretty disgusting. So I'm gonna clean that. 8. Okay, it's a Torx 8. Now we should be able to remove this cover, I'm thinking. Yes. Ooh, that's pretty gross right there. Pretty gross. So we're gonna soak that cover as well. And I gotta remove this valve up like so and out of there. And let's pry this guy out of there. Oh, there's not that much tension. Okay. Oof. Okay, so that goes in there like that. And we got another piece here that's holding on. It's kind of like a jacket. It's a good thing I got these black gloves on because this would be kind of gross. Oh, there's something there too to soak. I'm gonna leave the O-rings in there for now because I want to know where they go later for replacing. So this part was on there like so. Hopefully I can remember that. What about this one? Does anything else come off here? Oh yeah, this one comes straight out like so. So when it's in there, it's like this with the nipple pointing in this direction. Man, I hope I can remember how this goes back together. I'll try to put it back together today. Time to clean all this crap up.
Alright, so I'm just going to soak all this stuff here in some hot water with some coffee machine detergent. I'll put some links in the video description for some detergent as well. And I'm going to brush the stuff off here. As you can see, some of it comes pretty clean, I think, depending on the kind of plastic it is. And some of it not so clean, which you'll see a bit later. So this might require actually 2 cleanings, but I'm just going to keep going with the reassembly after I've cleaned it here to be able to finish the video.
Well, let's get started with the reassembly. I'm going to start with this guy here. I know some of you guys in the audience are going to say, it didn't come out totally clean. And that's true. I should maybe put in some descaler too yet. But I'm going to take out these older ones. I'm going to take out these older gaskets, put the new ones in here. So we're essentially rebuilding this drainage unit. Alright, so got those 2 red gaskets in there. Now we've got to put on this guy, which is keyed. This is, I think, the actual drainage part. And then we have another part over here, which is like the interface to this spring part. So this is what is actually opening up the channel of the valve. All right, so we've got this guy more or less put together. Now we also have this part that extends out of the drainage unit. So I'm gonna install that, but first let's put on 2 new O-rings. So there's one that just fits on top of this nipple here. Can use a spudger tool to remove this guy. And put a new one on. All right, so now I'm going to stick this guy back into the unit, just like so. And then I can take this drainage part. All right, so this little collar thing goes on there like so. But what else I see is that there's another O-ring that needs to be replaced. All right, put this guy in. Okay, now we got that installed. We would ordinarily also need to replace this O-ring here, but there is none in the kit, unfortunately. So I'm just gonna have to stick that guy back in. All right, so that's ready. Now we will put this piston back in, but let's change the O-ring on there too. Put a little bit of grease on there first. And stick that in there. You know, we'll put a little bit of grease in here as well. I believe this hole should go towards this little cutout. So I'm gonna put it in like that. Okay, great, so now we got the piston in. Now we just have to line up this guy here so that we can put the stainless steel rod back in. I would recommend then to make sure that this is traveling like it's supposed to. Now I would go ahead and prepare this guy here with the new O-ring. Put the shower screen back on. Now we'll go ahead and replace this spring, as that's also part of the kit. And there's another O-ring on here. Might as well replace that O-ring.
I did this part out of frame, unfortunately. We gotta stick the Kramer valve back in there the way that you pulled it out, basically.
All right, so we have to install this clip again. The clip fits pretty easily, just like so, in there. Just to make sure that this valve stays in place, or this connector rather. That's in. Then we have to put the cover back on. Alright, so let's get this guy put back together. One of the things you got to do is reinstall the drain valve, which is right here. So that just slides right back on, like so. Okay, then we're going to put our bushing on underneath. Same for the other side. It's a bit of friction that holds it on the nub here on the inside one. Then we will have to put piston back inside. Just like that. Now we can, oh, I nearly forgot. We have to stick these guys back on, these clips. And I'm gonna use my pliers for that. There we go, got the one. And here the second one. Very nice. Okay. Now we've got to screw this guy on. little bit of grease on there. First the bushing. So this arm has got this part here that sticks inside this hole and manipulates this tamping part here. This tamping part is also the transfer through the crema valve of the puck that's getting extracted upwards. And at the same time, it manipulates this cam here. Okay, so that's good. Now, in order to hold all this in place, we need the cover. So the cover, first of all, is going to keep this in place, and it's also going to keep this drain valve assembly in place. This cover has 4 clips. The other cover has 2 clips which are busted, so that's not going to hold as well, unfortunately, but I'm just going to have to hope. So same deal. I've taken this thing apart actually several times, and once you do it several times, it starts to become kind of fun. So I got the crema valve in there, now I just have to slide the top part on. And I think that it's symmetric. It seems to fit in both directions. I'm not sure if that's really true, but I think so. So I'm just going to put it on like that. And that's basically it already. Then we have to put on this shovel on this side yet. But what I would recommend doing is just kind of manipulating it. So you can see now, it manipulates like so. And if you go down with the gear, then what's going to happen is it's going to open up to accept grinds. Yeah, and this is the starting position here. So this is where we're going to bring it then later. And then if you keep going down, it pivots this brew area forwards. Oops, to where this piston comes down and tamps, and at the same time transfers then the liquid, which ought to come in here on this side. It goes up through that coffee puck and comes up here at the top once it pushes through that crema valve. And then when it's done extracting, again, the piston moves up and out of the way, clearing space for the brew area to pivot back this way, for the piston from below to come up and essentially knock the puck out. And we're going to go back down into the base position. Good. Now to put this shovel back on. Oh yeah, just like that, good. So now, this guy is just about finished, and I'm gonna put it back inside the machine. All right guys, so that is the unit right there. Refurbished, cleaned, greased, and with new O-rings on there. So now, we can go ahead and put it back into the machine, and I expect it should be working better. I hope the video is helpful. If so, hit that like button down below and consider subscribing to the video. That way I know to make more like this one in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.